On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Time they don't get what we get out of it though either. Most women ain't even having orgasms when they're having sex at that. So A,
I
you don't get that, and then B, they saying that you're not gonna hurt me, but they are still being kind of hurt, even if they don't realize it yet. You know what I'm saying? With all of the bodies that they continue to rack up and all of the, I would say, emotional trauma that comes with such a mind blowing physical experience in the attachment, because I think it's very difficult, even if a woman tries, especially if she has sex with the guy more than once, to not at some point in some way, even if it's just a little bit, to be somehow connected with that guy.
Yeah, but I also think that every experience isn't mind blowing. You see what I'm saying? Like there are some people that just suck. Okay. And I don't think about it and I don't want to hang out with that person and I don't want to have sex with them again. And sometimes that's just a deal breaker. For some women, it's just like, look, if it's bad, it's bad. It's trash. Hello. Goodbye.
So, but in a general sense, what how do guys view sex? I think it depends on where they at in their life, and I kind of understand what Mr. Ali was saying in the beginning, but it depends on where they at in their life, and that I think that the emotional connection for the woman makes it much more euphoric for both of y'all. Like if you can grab her mind way before you grab her panties, you grab her soul. If you can control her mind way before you pull down her panties, you will grab her soul. You will control. She will never forget you. And this is one of the reasons why I say body count matters, because the guys that grabbed her soul is at least one that grabbed her soul at some point in her life, and she will never forget it and she will never unsee it. And all of her experiences, whether she admitted to you or not, will be impacted by what it is that she said or what it is that she experienced with that guy. So we can start it off there.
Okay.
I felt that one, Anton.
Yeah. Mr. Ricky Williams, what are your thoughts? You on mute, so you.
Well, what's happening?
What's correct?
How do men view sex?
Yes, sir.
A number of different ways, man. Some men view sex as ground to pound, right? Some men view sex, hey, my darling, I love you so very much. Let's make love, But to me, at this point in my life, man, going through it, and it's the glue. You know what I'm saying? It's the glue that attached me to my wife. Not the only glue, but it's one of the glues. You know what I mean? It's really the ultimate giving. It's the ultimate giving, right? At this point, that's me showing, and vice versa, me showing my wife appreciation for everything she does, right? Right, physically, right? The physical manifestation of showing my wife I appreciate her, right? That I'm willing to do whatever I need to do while we rumbling in this room for you to feel good about this time. Right? That's what it is to me. So,
okay. I guess I'll go ahead and answer this question. How do men view sex? I think it all depends on where you are in your life. If it, and it's also based off experience too. If you had your fair share with women, and it's not for everybody, right? But it's just say a guy that had his fair share, he's not really focused on necessarily trying to have sex every time, like when he meets a woman. And then it also depends on where you are in your life. If you're focused on trying to elevate your lifestyle and you're trying to get to the bag, you're trying to become successful, you're trying to make some of yourself, then sex is one of the last things that's on your mind. Also, too, then you have the men that understand what comes with sex, like the emotional attachment that a woman has with sex. Sometimes you may not want that headache. So you just choose to bow out and not to even engage into that activity. So I just think it's just different for each man, but each man approaches it differently. So you can't really assume that all guys just trying to get in your drawers, because it's some men that have options and get it thrown to them all the time. And so, they can really care less. I always say, like, what makes your shit so special? Why should I be able to bless that? But
grown man talk right there. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, appreciate it. So, ladies, you have heard the gentleman speak. You guys call cap on it? Is it what you guys anticipated? Y'all all don't have to speak. I'm not going to go down the line, but if you just want to chime in based off what you heard, based off your experiences, what you know, feel free to do so right now.
Well, all y'all answered it pretty correctly, but you definitely said it depends where you're at, right? Because some men, they don't even need to know the person's name or have an emotional connection to have sex with a woman, right? So they definitely view that differently compared to women. We tend to have emotional connection with the man before we have sex with them. So to y'all standpoint, I think y'all all aligned on that part, but there are men that they don't even care what they effing. They can look like anything and everything. They don't need to even wipe them. So sometimes they don't even care as long as they get their ding-a-ling wet. So it's just another body. So, but to add on to what y'all said, that's all.
Yeah.
You muted yourself, Chavon.
So I agree with them too. I think that a lot of men do have this space, and I know a lot of them are married, and it's fine, it's cool, right? But I think that where we're headed, like kind of going forward, is like women are starting to act how men used to act, where they are having sex and there's no connection, there's no emotional connection. It's just like, hey, let me do it. Hey, we lay down. Okay, what time are you leaving? Okay. So I think that's where the era that we're actually headed into. And it's sad to say, but it's like, you're not going to hurt me. You're not going to hurt my emotional state. And I'm going to do what you did. And not saying that somebody hurt me to do that. I'm just saying that's just where we are. That's where we're headed. Not as a whole. I'm just saying for some women, it's just like, hey, I'm about to live just like y'all live too.
But okay, so can I ask you a question really quick? I'm sorry, Kayla.
That's cool.
I just wanted to ask her a question really quick.
Sure.
So what you saying that, right? What you saying that women are starting to adopt the mindset of men when it comes to sex, right?
Yeah.
You do understand that at the same time, they don't get what we get out of it though either. Most women ain't even having orgasms when they're having sex. So A, you don't get that. And then B, they saying that you're not going to hurt me, but they are still being kind of hurt, even if they don't realize it yet. You know what I'm saying? With all of the bodies that they continue to rack up and all of the, I would say, emotional trauma that comes with such a mind-blowing physical experience in the attachment, because I think it's very difficult, even if a woman tries, especially if she has sex with the guy more than once, to not at some point in some way, even if it's just a little bit, to be somehow connected with that guy.
Yeah, but I also think that every experience isn't mind-blowing. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are some people that just suck, okay? And I don't think about it, and I don't want to hang out with that person, and I don't want to have sex with them again. And sometimes that's just a deal breaker. For some women, it's just like, look, if it's bad, it's bad. It's trash. Hello, goodbye.